But Trump's racism is no longer something he tries to disguise. He can't. He can't disguise anything because anybody who is as schizophrenic as this man is, what comes out just comes out. There's no way to modify it, disguise it, change it, repress it. You're asking someone who is mentally deranged to behave in an unmentally deranged manner, and it's impossible for anybody, but especially a narcissistic pig like Donald Trump. Um, in a Sunday afternoon tweet today, well, Elijah Cummings was attending church services, and Trump was jerking off with his Twitter machine. Trump called Representative Elijah Cummings a racist. This is just the latest as Trump continues his attacks against not just Elijah Cummings, but every person who lives in Baltimore. And the reason for it is because Elijah Cummings has had the temerity to suggest that Trump should be impeached, arrested, tried, convicted, jailed, removed from office, whatever. In the tweet, the first one, Trump wrote that if Elijah Cummings, quote, would focus more of his energy on helping the good people of his district, perhaps progress could be made in fixing the mess that he helped to create. Wow. He also called Cummings racist, and he didn't offer any explanation. He doesn't have to because he is Donald Trump. He offered no explanation as to why he considers Elijah Cummings to be a racist. This is just what Trump likes to use the terms. Trump is anti-Semitic, so he calls the so-called squad anti-Semitic. Trump is a racist, so he calls a black man racist. Not realizing, of course, that for a black person in this country to be racist is definably impossible. But Trump doesn't understand the definition of the word racist. Trump doesn't like the fact that Elijah Cummings has more moral balance and fortitude in his right hand than Trump has in his body, his putrid son's and daughter's body, and his butt boy, Sean Hannity. Speaking of which, Hannity's being sucked into the vortex, too, of insanity. It's getting easier and easier to see. Sean was never stable when he was here in Atlanta. Never. 25 years ago. Never stable. He always had that kind of demented, repetitious thing going. But anyway, I don't want to talk about Hannity. He also, the schizophrenic in the White House, he also dragged Nancy Pelosi's name into his stream of bullshit as he continued to lash out at Elijah Cummings and the city of Baltimore. About 8 o'clock this morning, Sunday morning, this is what the schizophrenic wrote, quote, "Someone please explain to Nancy Pelosi, who was recently called racist by those in her own party, that there is nothing wrong with bringing out the very obvious fact that Congressman Elijah Cummings has done a very poor job for his district in the city of Baltimore." As if Elijah Cummings can cure the ills that have developed in Baltimore because of policies by the Republican Party over the past 50 years. But that's a different topic. Trump went on and said the Democrats always play the race card. Democrats. When in fact they've done so little for our nation's great African American people. Trump calling our great African American people, we own them. Our women, our Negroes. Now, these posts followed his comments yesterday on Saturday, where he called Baltimore, quote, a rat and rodent-infested mess. Baltimore. Not New York, where that's true, where he's from, but Baltimore. Cummings is 68 years old. He's a Democrat. His father was a sharecropper. And Cummings' big crime in the eyes of this narcissistic, schizophrenic Donald Trump is that Cummings has been a vocal critic regarding Trump's so-called border and immigration policies, or not policies, but for lack of a better word, I'll use it. And around midnight, Saturday into Sunday, Trump tweeted, quote, so glad that Elijah Cummings has been able to do so little for the people of Baltimore. So sad. Statistically, Baltimore ranks last in almost every major category. Cummings has done nothing but milk Baltimore dry, but the public is getting wise to the bad job that he's doing. Unbelievable. The depth. There's no bottom for Trump. Trump is the worst. I'm out of terms. It's just that Trump is the slimiest human being. No wonder Melania sleeps in a different part of the White House. Can you imagine a woman letting this bloated, hamburger stinking man near her? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.